Hi there, Jeff here. If you heard our special episode, then you know we've recently started a new podcast called Essential English Expressions. Each episode in the new podcast is all about one English expression. I show you exactly how to use it, and I give lots and lots of real-world examples. The entire first season is available now. That's 14 of the most common English expressions that you need to know to speak English like a native speaker. To get you excited for the new podcast, I'm publishing a sample episode here in this feed. So listen to this special episode about an English expression. If you like it, you can stream or download all 14 episodes in Season 1 by subscribing to Essential English Expressions. The link to that is in the episode description. What does it mean to make sure of something? This is one of those English expressions that doesn't quite mean what the words imply. But don't worry, because I'm going to make sure you understand how to use make sure in your daily life. Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Essential English Expressions, where you learn step by step how to use the expressions and phrasal verbs that will make your English come alive. In this episode, you'll learn how to use the expression make sure. Make sure is something you do every day, and you need to know how to use this term because it's very common in English. So make sure you listen to the whole episode and you won't miss a thing. Before we dive into the expression, I wanted to remind you that each episode of Essential English Expressions has a webpage with a transcript, translations of keywords, a quiz, and a full-speed version of this audio. There's also a practice area where you can use the expression in a sentence and get personal feedback from me. To get all that, just click the link in the show notes. Now, let's dive into today's episode. Make sure is an expression that means to confirm or to check that things are the way they should be or that people do what they should do. We've all been in situations where something went wrong because somebody, maybe even you, somebody didn't confirm a detail. Somebody didn't think ahead. Somebody didn't do what they needed to do. Somebody didn't make sure. Now, toward the end of the episode, I'll show you how to use make sure as a reminder to someone else. But let's start with the definition of make sure. It means to confirm, to check, or to guarantee that something happens or is the way it should be. Making sure often requires us to take some additional action. Not much, but something. We have to do a little something extra to guarantee that something happens or is the way we want it to be. If you've ever had to give a presentation in front of a lot of people, you know the value of making sure. If you have to connect your computer to a screen, you should make sure you understand how the projector works. How will you connect it to your computer? Do you have the right cables and connections? You don't want to get to the front of the room and only then discover that you can't hook your computer up. So you want to make sure ahead of time. You want to take those extra little steps to confirm, to check, to guarantee that you can connect your computer. Now, while you're at it, you might also make sure that all your other browser windows are closed before you project your screen to a large number of people. I'm just saying. What else should you make sure of if you're giving a presentation? You want to make sure that you fully understand your material. If someone has a question, you want to be prepared to answer it. Make sure, do the extra things you need to do so that you're sure you know the material. Confirm, check, study, think about what questions might come up. You're doing the extra effort to guarantee you're prepared. You want to make sure that everyone in the audience can see and hear you. Maybe you should practice ahead of time. Ask a friend to sit in the back of the room and listen to you speak. Can your friend hear you? That's a great way to make sure everyone will see and hear you during your presentation. In 2010, Steve Jobs unveiled the new iPhone 4. He was going to demonstrate how easy it was to browse the web from the new iPhone. He pulled up a web page, the iPhone screen projected to the whole room, and there was no internet connection. Somebody didn't make sure the internet was strong enough in the room. Now, a presentation is a big thing, but you can use make sure with little things in life too. When I leave my apartment and close the door locks automatically. This is probably good for safety, but when I leave, I have to make sure I have my keys with me. What do I do to make sure? Before I close the door behind me, I reach into my pocket and I confirm I have my keys. This is an action. It's not a big one, but it's an action. This is how I make sure I don't get locked out. Imagine you're planning a big trip, an international vacation. You're packing your suitcases full with clothes and chargers and everything you need for your trip. Here's my advice. Make sure you don't exceed the airline's weight limit in your suitcase. You can make sure by putting your suitcase on your bathroom scale before you leave. In each of these examples, making sure is about being thoughtful, taking the action to confirm or check that things are the way you want them to be. Now, sometimes something is so important, you have to make absolutely sure, or you have to make 100% sure. So those are two new ways to use make sure. Make absolutely sure and make 100% sure. You use this when you can't afford for anything to go wrong. If you're going on an international vacation, there is one thing you need to make absolutely sure of. Can you guess what it is? You should make absolutely sure that your passport is valid for your entire trip. Make 100% sure your visa is valid if you need one for your trip. We use those two variations when it's very important. When you really, really have to be sure, say, make absolutely sure. Now, one last way to use make sure is as a reminder to someone else. This is like assigning responsibility to someone. You can use make sure to give someone a gentle, friendly reminder to do something that they have to do. When we do this, we put make sure in the imperative. We are telling other people to do the necessary things to confirm that something is true or that something happens. Let's say you're on a project at work and you're supposed to submit updates on your work every Friday. Everybody knows about the requirement, but a good manager might still offer a gentle reminder to the team. The manager might say, make sure you submit your updates by Friday. This is a gentle reminder to do something. A teacher might say to his students, make sure to get the reading done tonight. A parent might say to her kids, make sure to brush your teeth before you go to bed. This is a way of giving someone a gentle reminder. So now you're ready to use make sure correctly. Remember, to make sure is to confirm or check that things are the way they should be. It usually requires taking some kind of action. And you can also use it as a request or a reminder to someone else. And if something really needs to be done, you can say, make absolutely sure. Now, if you want to make absolutely sure that you know this expression, check out the full lesson at PlainEnglish.com. That's where you'll find a quiz, exercises, and a chance to practice writing make sure and get human feedback. AI is great for answering questions and learning certain things. But if you want to make absolutely sure you're learning the right stuff the right way, then it helps to have a real person involved. And at PlainEnglish.com, that person can be me. So sign up and see what we have to offer at PlainEnglish.com. Now that brings us to the end of this episode of Essential English Expressions. Keep up the great work in English. So what did you think? If you liked the episode, there are 13 more just like it waiting for you to enjoy right now. They're all in a new podcast called Essential English Expressions. Before you forget, take a moment to subscribe to that new podcast now. Search your podcast player for Essential English Expressions or click the link in the description of this episode. You'll be glad you did.